We're back.
Yeah, we're gonna be a little bit distracted because we started a Stardew Valley farm. The idea was to just talk and not be focused on the game, but we're both also not very good at playing games, so...
And we haven't played this in so long, so there's gonna be a lot of concentration on this game, but we're gonna try.
We thought we'd just do a Q&A podcast with Stardew in the background and answer a few questions.
Yeah, I have a few questions prepared. Okay, so we only have 5 questions, so we'll just kind of talk through them while we play. I don't even know what you're doing.
I'm going to Willie and getting a fishing rod.
Okay. I guess we'll just start with the first question, because where else would we start? So the first question is, how did we meet? We didn't.
School.
School. Just the one-word answer. Actually, we did meet in school. We went to middle school and high school together, but we never really talked until senior year of high school. And his dad was actually the theater director, or his stepdad was the theater director at our high school, and I was a theater kid. Am I a theater kid? Was a theater kid? I guess I'm not a kid anymore, but...
But you still do theater.
Not really. Not as much. But anyway, I was a theater kid. And so I did a lot of shows with his stepdad. And senior year, he decided to do the shows. And
it was less of a decision, more of a, you're doing the shows.
That is true. I don't even know, like, it was kind of like a mutual, like, oh, this person's attractive, and they're also a Christian at our high school, which honestly was hard to come by at our high school. We went to a public school, so it was just kind of nice to, like, have someone else, not only in a public school that was a Christian, but also in theater that was a Christian, so I feel like it was kind of easy for us to hit it off. Like, we became fast friends, I feel like.
It was pretty quick. There was, I don't know what to call it, a cast party for something. Mm-hmm. And that was like the first time we ever talked. I don't even remember what it was. We just kind of, I think didn't you have a phone that had a stylus, and I like took it and drew pictures on it or something? It was something that was just like, hit off pretty easily. Randomly.
Yeah, and I thought he was super cute. He always makes the joke that, like, I was super popular.
It's not a joke. I would have to wait in line to talk to you. I'd get to theater and she had a seat that she'd always sit in.
And it'd have a designated seat.
And there'd be like 4 dudes just all talking to her in a line. I'd have to wait my turn. They
were not all dudes. I had a lot of friends in theater that were girls. Actually, most of my friends in theater. And it was easy to be friends with guys in theater because a good amount of them were gay. So it was just like, oh, we're just friends, like, and it was just nice, you know? But the other thing that kind of drew us to each other was, you know, we have the same name, so, like, that's funny.
Yeah, and then it became really annoying with the government and...
Yeah, having the same name was all fun and games until, like, getting married, filing taxes.
Yeah, if you're dating someone right now that has the same name as you, we would suggest not getting the same exact name. Don't take the last name.
Yeah, as soon as I took the last name, it was kind of over for us.
And you weren't going to. That's one of my favorite stories, is that she was like, I'm going to hyphenate it. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Do whatever you want. Like, you don't have to take my name. And we walk in, and she looks at me, and she goes, I'm taking your name. And I was like, okay.
The best part is I literally took his name. Oh, I found a geode.
Oh.
That's exciting. Yeah, I took his exact name. Like, neither of us has our own identity anymore. We really confused, like, when we applied for our, like, marriage license before we even had the same last name, obviously. They, like, called me and they said, yeah, we just want to confirm that you filled the form out right because we have 2 Logans. They're like, yeah. that's accurate. There's 2 Logans and we're getting married. So it is a fun conversation piece, I will say. But that's how we met, was in high school in theater. And honestly, we hit it off so fast. Like, not even like trying to date each other, just like, oh, I want to be friends with you. Like, immediately we were talking like nonstop all the time. And I would like, I don't know about you, but I would like look for reasons to like
We'd always
Snapchat him.
Yeah.
Or like I would like post a story and be like, oh, I hope he like swipes up on my Snapchat story or something. Like,
not to
so
interrupt, but can you
stupid.
butter these 2 props right here?
Yeah.
I'm about to pass out.
I'm about to pass out.
Thank y'all.
Okay.
I'm going to bed. Anyway.
So that was like, I don't remember what I was saying.
You were talking about how we would swipe up on each other's stories.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was just
I
kind of
remember-
funny to like think about that now. Night night.
I remember too, I didn't want to tell my stepdad that I liked someone in theater because he would always like try to force me to like someone. So I was like, I'm not going to really tell him. And the one day we were in the car and I was like, well, I have a confession. Like, I'm talking to someone in theater. He's like, who is it? Who is it? I was like, I'm not going to tell you because you're just going to ruin it for me. So I didn't tell him. And the one time Logan comes over, is it raining today? Oh, yes. Logan came over and we were watching, I made her watch Pirates of the Caribbean. So like, if you want to be friends with me, you need to like Pirates of the Caribbean. So we watched that and then like we made it official like a few months later or whatever. But like, it was kind of like everyone kind of knew that it was going to happen.
There was like one freshman that was like so excited.
I just remember he like pulled me aside. He was like, so now that you and Logan are kind of a thing, can you tell me who it was you liked in theater? And I was like, Logan.
You're like, I had a really big crush on this one girl. So I started dating a different girl. My favorite thing is that I was his first girlfriend. Like, I think that's really sweet. He wasn't my first boyfriend.
Not by a long shot.
Okay, moving on.
You can skip that cutscene by pressing the top. There's the minus button. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
My inventory's full. You should have planted those seeds.
Oh,
Our precious seeds. I'll till some spots so you can plant those. Also, don't judge us too hard because we don't play video games. So it's fun. Your camera's so much better than mine.
It has been so long.
I love this game so much, though.
I love the music to this game. Okay, so next question. When did we get married?
2021.
Yes, in 2021. That's the short answer. We can elaborate a little, though.
Well, when we got engaged pretty fast, a lot of people were like, that's way too fast. It was, I think, 6 months when we got engaged.
It was, it was almost 6 months.
We planned right away, like, we're not going to get married till after college.
Mm-hmm.
So it was going to be a really long engagement. And there was one day, it was right after, do you remember, was it 2020 that we planned it, or was it 2021 when we went to the library?
I think it was 2020, like November of 2020 or something.
Because it was never, like, our plan to get married before we graduated.
College.
Yeah.
Because at this point, like, we started talking senior year of high school, and then 6 months later, freshman year of college in October, we got engaged. And,
yeah, there was a day that we went to the library, and I said something before going in. I said, what's stopping us from just getting married? Because having, like, a COVID wedding would force us to, like, you know, not have a lot of people, and it'd just be a lot easier. And I was like, what's stopping us from doing that?
I'm just following you.
And I went into the library, and I came out, and you were like, check your phone.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Wild.
And I was like, what is this? She's like, well, I just want to see before, like, I tell you anything. She's like, go to October 9th, 2021.
In, like, your calendar app.
And I looked, and I was like, that's weird. It says my wedding day. And she was like, it's in my phone, as my wedding day. And we're like, that's so weird because that's not something that was ever our plan.
Yeah.
So it's weird that it was in both of our phones as my wedding day, same exact day. And so we were like, all right, well, we'll take that as a sign. So we then started planning to get married October 9th, 2021.
Yeah, it was just... Well, and that, there was something else with that day. I don't remember what it was, but, like, I just remember,
there was
like,
a Bible verse that lines up with it.
Yeah, Mark 10:9, whatever God brings together, let no man separate. So, like, there were, like, a lot of... Oh, no.
I know, I'm sorry. I downloaded a mod to get rid of that, and I never updated it, so that's why I was spending so long getting everything ready today.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at fishing in this game. But yeah, that date was just, like, so crazy. The fact that it was never even an option or, like, on our radar for it to be that day, and then in both of our phones, it was just very, very strange. So we were like, it must be, like, a God thing. It's not going to let me get out of this. It just keeps staying.
You fail it on purpose.
I tried.
Oh, I don't think... Yeah, it might not be able to.
So it was just, like, so crazy that it lined up that way, and so we ended up planning it for that day, October 9th, 2021.
And it was a perfect day, too.
Oh my gosh, it was like all of the other Saturdays that October were like rainy and cold. That Saturday, it was like 78 degrees outside. Like, I was hot in my dress, and I was sure I was going to be freezing. I'm such a freeze baby. And it was like a beautiful day. It was super sunny. It was so incredible. Like, we just were like, oh my gosh, this was so like a God thing that all of this happened the way that it did. So that was really cool.
I know that we're playing the way I usually do, just the hermits just stay on the farm, plant stuff, let's not meet the townsfolk.
Oh yeah.
What's the next question?
But yeah, that's one.
Next!
Let me go to bed. Okay, next question. What was early marriage like?
Do you want us to answer that?
Do I want to answer it? It was rough.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Well,
why isn't
we were both...
Because I'm pressing the wrong button.
Yeah. It was tough because we were both full-time students. Our plan was to wait until we graduated to get married. So it was just, there was no honeymoon phase. It was like barely any honeymoon too. It was just like, all right, we'll take a weekend in Cleveland, and then after that we'll just go back to school.
We chose Cleveland because that's the major city near us. We didn't just we don't live in
drove.
Another state.
We flew out to Cleveland.
We were like, let's go to Cleveland.
It was the Hopkins Airport.
Yeah, no. We literally left our wedding venue in Fairport, Ohio, and drove to downtown Cleveland for a mini moon.
Which is another thing that's really funny to
me. Because I had class on Monday.
When we got married, we didn't really have a place to live. We were planning on living with her mom until out of college, wasn't it? That was the original plan. Was we were going to live with her mom until we were out of college. But right before we got married, her brother got married, and they moved into the house. So we were like, oh, shoot.
It got very crowded very fast.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do that. I was like, this is too much.
And I knew someone that lived in Fairport, and they knew someone that had an apartment that was opening up. So we ended up I've been to Fairport only a few times in my life. I didn't really have a good view of it. Our venue was in Fairport, and then we ended up living in Fairport. And oh my gosh, I miss Fairport so much.
We lived there for 4 years, so we literally just moved into our house 2 months ago. Not even. What's today? February 7th, 8th. And so we moved into our house December 12th-ish. That was our closing day. So we were in Fairport for 4 years, but to answer the question.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It was, early marriage for us was very difficult because we were so young, and I mean, it was kind of hard too because we got married young, and we got a lot of, like, it's hard now, for me at least, to, like, see friends getting married and, like, see everyone be so in support of it, and it's, like, we didn't really...
Get that?
Like, our families were, like, happy for us, and, like, people were happy for us, but it wasn't, like... It wasn't really done up like most weddings are. Like, I feel like a lot of our friends were just kind of like, oh, this is never gonna last, or, like, I don't even know what they were thinking or what was going through their minds, but it just was, like, very pushed to the side, I feel like, because we were so young. So that was kind of, like, hard for us. I think that we went into it with, like, a lot of people not super, like, backing us up, except for, like, our families, really. So I kind of felt like we didn't isolate ourselves, but we got a little isolated because suddenly we were 2 young college kids married and, like, living away from their families. Like, it was literally, he was working full-time and doing school full-time. I was doing school full-time, and it was just, there was a lot of stress in that first, like, year or 2, and it was just, I don't know, it wasn't awesome. We both were pretty depressed, I think, and it wasn't, like, it's nothing about, like, it's not so much like, oh, our marriage sucked. It was just...
Our lives suck.
There were so many circumstances that made it a lot more difficult, which, like, people warned us about. Like, people were like, this is going to be difficult. Like, you're so young. And so, like, we kind of knew that. It was just, I don't know, the isolation. And I was, like, at my mom's, like, every day because I couldn't handle just, like, being alone at the apartment because he was working. So...
Yeah, it was a fun time to. It's hard because, like, I felt like we barely saw each other because, I mean, if I was in school full time, but I only went to campus part time, so that just meant Monday I left the apartment around 6 o'clock in the morning and didn't get home until 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and usually we had something to do from 6 to whatever every night.
Yeah.
And we had our home group going on. We had
I feel like there were so many I was doing a lot of shows at the time. So, like, pretty much every weeknight I was busy at rehearsals because I was music directing for different shows.
And I was always busy during the day because I had school or work.
Right.
So it was just like our schedules were kind of opposite.
His work schedule was until 6, so he would get home at like 6:30 and I would be like already gone or like out the door for a rehearsal. So it was like we were always missing each other. Like, literally, we missed each other, I feel like. It just, like he said, like, there was no, like, real honeymoon phase, and I feel like that's not talked about enough. Like, so many couples are like, oh, everything was perfect for us at the beginning of our marriage. And honestly, like, if anything, I feel like us moving into this house is, like, giving us a new honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're doing so much better, and obviously, like, we're a lot more established and, like, in our careers and everything, but...
The music might be way too loud. That would really suck.
What's going on? Oh, okay. But to sum it up, early marriage was not blissful. There were a lot of difficulties, and honestly, like, I think if we didn't have our premarital counseling, it would have been even worse.
Yeah.
Like, our premarital counseling did so many things and asked so many questions and went through so many different, like, scenarios that we never thought through, that it kind of, like, forced us to talk about certain things that we never would have thought were, like, we wouldn't have thought about them until they suddenly came up, and I think that would have been a lot worse. So premarital counseling was amazing for us, and the person who did it for us, like, it was one of our pastors. He was incredible because he forced us to have those conversations, and he was really good at helping us talk through that. So I just remember walking out of our first premarital counseling, and I sobbed. Our pastor even knows this. I've told him, like, I literally walked out and said, I think he doesn't want us to get married. He hates us. Was my... And now I, like, praise everything that he did for us. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it was amazing and incredible, because it was. So that's where I stand with that. Oh, we kind of went over this a little bit, but what is marriage like now?
Better. Not 100%, but close.
Close, I'll take that. We
hate each other.
We have a lot more fun now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of our nights, like, I'll come home and we'll watch TV shows together. Like, my love language is quality time. So coming home and just, like, watching Psych or watching Doctor Who, like, that's...
Oh, yeah, I should sell stuff.
How do you only sell one in there? I did it. We need all this stuff for the forageable bundles thingies. But yeah, now it's so much better just because we can just come home and relax most days. And, I mean, it doesn't mean it's not stressful all the time to still work and do all that stuff. But I feel like, especially the last few years, I've been trying to work with, like, the job I want to do. Oh my God, I'm going to pass out. You need to finish watering those. I'm trying to move away from doing what my job was and trying to do a job that I want to do. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that was a boost in morale for me, just, you know, not having to do the same exact job every single day. And the only days I had off was school.
Oh, I guess we didn't really talk about what we do for work.
You can do that.
Go
for it.
I work at our church. I am the ministry administrator, so I kind of have, like, a plethora of different, what's the word, like, jobs and responsibilities, I guess. But I work full-time at our church. I love my job. It's my job. When I got it, I cried a lot because I just was so happy to have it.
Don't take all of them because I need to level up.
I want all of them.
Just take your side. What should we name our doggy?
Logan.
Well, I should just dog. No, it's named Yogi already. That's funny. Let's name it Logie.
What's his name? Oh, my job. But yeah, I work at our church. I kind of handle the admin stuff, but also the, like, assisting every single ministry in different capacities. So it's really enjoyable. It's a fun job. I get to work with, like, amazing people. I love my coworkers. If you're watching this, I love you.
They're probably gonna be the only people that do watch this.
They're, like, the only people I'm like, oh, please don't watch it. No, I'm just kidding. Our
pastor won't listen to our, like, first ever podcast, which is just
not
good.
But yeah, I love my job. Logan works currently at a dog kennel.
Yeah, my first ever job. I'm still there, but my hours are part-time, and I've been trying to do videography, which is, I went to school for film, and I don't want to be in the film industry, but I want to still be making films. So I've been doing, documentary short films, and trying to just get a job videography because that's what I love. That's what I'm passionate about, and that's kind of what we're doing right now. It's part of videography. I'd sit down, edit some of our videos, and it's what I like doing. So I was like, might as well just start Logan Squared Up now that we have the time and we're willing to do it. We should have watered the crops first. Nothing's open. I'm gonna buy crops so we can plant more stuff.
I'm not thinking about this enough.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking too, after this, we could watch, like, Psych or whatever on this monitor and just play Stardew in the background and start, just so we can get better at playing without thinking.
Yeah, that's smart.
It's gonna be pretty much like every single day. Instead, we're just gonna be planting crops and harvesting them, and I'll download mods so it'll make it a little bit easier. Is that all of them?
No.
Oh.
So that's what marriage is like now. Like, we're doing much better than we were, so that's a plus. If we weren't doing better than we were our first year of marriage, then yep. So yeah, I think we're in a much better place. Okay. How is it having a house?
Oh, love it.
It's
I miss our
incredible.
apartment. I loved Fairport. I loved our apartment, but we outgrew it within a month of living there.
Yeah.
It's just a one-bedroom apartment is not the best, but our landlord was the best, and
The price was the best.
So we stayed there as long as we could, and I mean, this house kind of fell right into our lap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess we could talk about, like, how we got our house, because that was, like...
Oh, pick up the seashells.
Super incredible. Oh, I can... I mean, yeah, I loved our apartment. I loved where we lived. It was a great first home for us. Like, it was the perfect size for a first home. But like he said, like, we did outgrow it pretty quickly just because, like, we have a lot of different things. And how do I... Oh, I just kept it.
Yeah.
So with the apartment, it was just, I would never ever recommend renting as long as we did, because obviously that money doesn't go necessarily towards anything. But I do, like, the only reason we rented as long as we did was, one, we got married so young, and so we were still in college, so it was like, we can't keep up with a house right now. Like, we just couldn't do that. And two, our price was so incredibly low. Like, you will, like, think of a low rent and then think lower is what we were paying. And so you're just not going to find that anywhere else. So we were like, we're not going to give this up until we absolutely have, like, our home established. And the landlord was amazing. And so there were just so many reasons to rent for that long, but I would never, like, recommend renting that long unless, like, you're really paying that little amount of money. Where's the library?
It's all the way to the right. Below the blacksmith.
I feel like I'm talking a lot. Do you want to talk about how we got our house?
I'm not good at telling stories. Well, basically, we had a realtor. It was a family friend of Logan's. So we knew him, we could trust him, and we told him, like, right off the bat, like, hey, we're looking for a house, but, you know, if we don't find something for a year, we're fine with that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We looked for, probably 2 months, was it, that we were looking, and then...
Yeah, it was like August to October, I think. Something like that.
But we were looking for 2 months, and then there was one that was, you know, a decent price, so we put a bid in, and then we looked at it again, and we're like, you know what, there's a lot of stuff wrong with it, but we ended up going under contract, and we had an inspection done, and basically the inspection was just awful. Like, the roof needed to be replaced, there was, like, all these active leaks, the basement was flooding, and...
Well, and our first concern was termites.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But it was like... After the inspection, they were like, oh, there's no termites.
Yeah, we went under contract with it, we did the inspection, and it was just like, we're not doing this unless, you know, we get a really good deal on it or something, because we had to replace the roof and replace gutters and do all sorts of junk. So we were like, yeah, let's give them a really bad offer. Not really bad, but what we were comfortable paying for all the stuff we had to do for it. And they turned it down, and we looked for another month. And we knew someone that their father was trying to sell his house. So we looked at that house, and it was the same price as the offer we put in for the first house we went under contract with. And we were like, well, let's just look at that house again, because it was the same price down the street from each other, and this house was really small. So we were like, okay, well, let's just peek around the corner. And we looked at it, the roof was replaced, and the gutters were extended, and all this stuff happened. So we were like, okay, let's look into it, let's see what they did. They replaced the roof, extended the gutters, replaced the garage header. They did a lot of cosmetic work that needed to be done. And we were like, okay, well, just reach out to a realtor and tell them, hey, we saw that this house, you know, has been on the market for a whole month, and it's at a price that was almost the price that we offered them, and they turned down. So just let them know that our offer still stands. So he reached out and was like, the offer still stands, and they accepted it. So it was one of those things where we were not expecting to get this house at all, and then everything just kind of lined up perfectly, and we ended up getting it, and we got it for a really good price. When it was appraised, it appraised for a decent bit above what we paid for it, so that's always good. So
the bank
was
happy.
Yeah, if the market crashes, we got a little bit of time.
I just remember, like, after looking at, so, like, the one house that we looked at that was near this one, that was a lot smaller for the same price, we didn't look at with our realtor. It was just, like, a family friend, like, their dad was selling his house and, like, just had us look at it. And it was, like, in really good condition. Like, it was a really nice house. It was just so much smaller for the same price, so we were like, I don't know if we can justify. And so I remember when we called our realtor to tell him, like, hey, we want to go back to the other one. We called him that day, and he's like, I'm guessing you want to talk about the house you saw today. And we were like, actually, we want to talk about the house we had, like, a contract with. And he was like, what? And so the fact that we ended up in this house is just, like, so crazy. And we keep calling it, like, everybody keeps calling it the termite house. It has no termites. That's, like, the one thing that went well with the inspection. I mean, there's certainly work to be done. The house was built in 1930. It's got a lot of quirks. It's a really cool house, though. Like, it has a lot of potential. It's a colonial, which I wanted. I didn't want, you know, like, so many times, like, a first house is like a bungalow, and I didn't want that style. So it was just nice to, like, be able to have something that, a style that we both like, and the price was just so incredible. Like, again, it was, like, totally God working in the whole situation. I think that's it.
That's it, yeah. We're right at 30 minutes, which is good, because we're probably not going to edit this. We might just upload it as just a podcast. Less work for me to do. But we're going to work on... Bless you.
Thank you.
I'd say if anyone is watching this... I don't know, this screen keeps on popping up. If anyone watches all the way to the end, cool. Leave a comment on, like, something else we should discuss, because we kind of want to do just a Stardew podcast every once in a while, just to answer some Q&As and just, you know, talk. Maybe in the future live stream. I'm going to see if I can download a thing that would live stream to YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So once we have the TikTok going and the YouTube going, we can just stream to both platforms. It'd be really nice. But yeah, let us know what you liked about our story, what you hate about our story, and leave a comment about what the next story should be.
What you like about us, what you hate about us.
Yeah. Make fun of our t-shirts and...
I'm sorry, but you can't make fun of my shirt.
Either.
You can't make fun of Winnie the Pooh.
Or Billy Joel. Billy Joel is bae. I don't know. What
do
the kids
don't ever say that again.
What do those kids say? I don't know.
But yeah, we're hoping to get this started back up, because honestly, the main reason we ever were like, oh, we should start a podcast or, like, a YouTube channel is because we have the same name.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that
we have a perfect title or whatever. What's it called? Not title.
Logan
Channel
Squared.
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Logan Squared. It just works. So.
Yeah, so follow us. In the description will be linked to our TikTok page, and obviously you're on the YouTube page, and those are going to be the only really two pages we're going to do. Maybe Instagram down the line, but that's if there's demand for it, which I doubt. But, yeah. See you later.